Hello, second graders. Welcome back. This is the beginning of a new unit for us. We kind of had an introduction to it yesterday, but this is the first piece of math that I've prepared for you in our unit on measurement. Now, in our unit on measurement, we discuss standard units of measurement. You guys would know those as inches and centimeters, where they're called standard because they're always the same size, no matter, how old you are, what grade you're in. An inch is always the same size as every other inch. A centimeter is always the same size as every other centimeter. But what we're going to explore for the first part of this week is what we call non-standard units of measurement. Those are things that are any objects really in your house, and we're going to use them to learn how to measure the items properly. Of course, we have with us today our new mathematician. This is Davy. He is a duck, and he is thrilled to be with you guys for this unit. He is obviously well prepared for the April showers. Now, today you're going to be doing, as it said on the first side, a project. It is a very easy project. You don't need much. You need your Chromebook, which you're already watching this on. You will then need to find some measuring tools. Now, you can't just pick any tools. There are a few rules. First rule, you're going to need 3 different objects from around your house. These objects should be small enough that you can hold them comfortably in one hand. Shouldn't be too big, shouldn't be too heavy, shouldn't be too wide. You should be able to easily hold this object in one hand so you can use the other hand to help you measure. The items you choose should not be easily breakable or special to you. That means don't use your glasses. Don't use a special trophy. Use things that are okay to be brought around the house to help you measure, and items that if they fell, if you dropped them, if someone stepped on them, you would not get upset because they are strong enough or they're not that important to you. And the last thing is your object needs to be able to lay flat easily. I would not suggest using a ball or something that can roll. You want something that has at least one flat edge so that you can put it right up against the object you're measuring. That is going to be the easiest way to complete our project. I wanted to let you guys know I picked 3 items as well. I picked a paperclip. I thought that'd be fun to measure with something really small, get some really big numbers. I'm using one of my shoes. I don't need both of my shoes, just one. And it's, a special shoe to me because I like it, but it's certainly going to be safe during this project. And the last thing I picked was a Harry Potter book. For those boys and girls who are in my class know, I love Harry Potter. I have all the books. I have actually many copies of the books, so that's why I picked that. Now, pause this video and go grab your 3 objects. When you have them with you, press play, and I'll tell you about the next step. I'm going to give you 20 seconds. Pause this video. Starting now. All right, if you still need time to get your objects, make sure you pause this video. Now that you have all 3 of your objects with you, now you need to pick items around the house that you're going to measure. First of all, how many items are you going to be measuring? 10. 10 different items in or outside of your house. Be creative. The items you are measuring should be bigger than your tools. So for example, if I used a book for one of my tools, I shouldn't measure a penny with that. That's not going to make any sense. I wouldn't need such a big object to measure something so small. Everything I measure, you're going to measure with all 3 of your tools. So you should be picking bigger objects around your house. Think pieces of furniture. Think maybe clothing, maybe stuff in your bedroom, maybe something outside, a bush, a small tree, a car, whatever you want. Be creative. You may not, I'm going to say this one more time, you may not, I'm going to go 3 times just to make sure you really understand. You may not measure your brothers, your sisters, your parents, or your pets. No people or pets that live inside your house. Later on in this unit, you'll get to the opportunity to measure parts of your bodies and compare them with somebody else in your home, this is not that day. This is not that project. Leave your families and your pets alone. Your poor pet does not want to be measured with your shoe. I tried it out with my dog. He hated it. Do not measure something that is not in a safe place. What I mean by that, I have a beautiful clock that sits up on top of a bookshelf, but I can't reach it. I'm not going to try and climb my way up to the top of a bookshelf to measure that clock because it's not safe. If it is not safe or it is something that does not belong to you, do not measure it without the permission of who that person belongs to. If you want to measure the family car, let your mom and dad know, and maybe they can help you do that. Do not go into your brother or sister's room, take something of theirs and measure it. Do not go in your parents' room, take something of theirs and measure it. Make sure that your family members know what you're measuring and that they're okay with you measuring it. Furniture is always a great choice. Favorite toys, other large things around your house, your kitchen table. You can even measure your toilet, okay? But do not go and touch things that do not belong to you. You do not need to fight over your second grade measuring project. Now, some of you may have already looked at your worksheet, but if you haven't, I have hidden at the bottom a little question that asks for the video password. What is this? You boys and girls may be wondering. Well, in order to prove that you watched this video, you're going to need to enter the video password at the bottom of the worksheet. I'm going to be doing this throughout this math unit on all the videos that I make. When I ask for the video password, that's proving to me that you watched this video and you know the password, and it will be different every single time. So, you, lucky listener, are going to be able to enter this video's password at the bottom of your worksheet and get full credit for the assignment. People who don't enter the password or enter the wrong one just by guessing are not going to get full credit on this assignment. The password for today is Starbucks, my favorite place, maybe in the world. Oh, if you're not in my class, boys and girls, you probably already know this about me. I love Starbucks. I miss it every day. I haven't had it in a month. I miss it so much. Okay, I'm too sad. We have to move the next slide. How do you measure items? I know that the brain pop maybe wasn't working so well yesterday, so if you didn't get a chance to watch that, you probably should today. But we're going to go over the proper way to measure with non-standard units of measurement. When I look at this object, I notice a few things. I'm using the paper clips to measure the fork. I only picked one paper clip. We'll talk about how to measure with one item. But what I want you to notice is that you line up your tool with your object from one end to the other. My measuring tool and my object are both laying flat, and I don't turn it or twist it other ways. Each time I measure it with my paper clip, the paper clip is flat, it is laying in the same direction, and it is touching from top to bottom so that I'm not having any gaps in my measurement. Now, I might be lucky enough to have more than one paper clip, but in today's project, you're going to be measuring larger items around your house like a bookshelf. So when I'm using my tools, I might not have lots and lots of those tools to be able to measure with. For example, my shoe, I have to use that exact same shoe because some of my other shoes might be different sizes and it wouldn't be a correct measurement. So when I am measuring something like a bookshelf with something like a shoe, I'm going to start line my tool up at the top of my item like that. And then I'm going to place my finger at the end of my measuring tool like so. And then I will remove that shoe and I'll put it underneath that finger and count it that way. So that would be 1, 2, my guess is based on this picture would have been like about 3. But everything in your house is going to measure differently. Just because one person's bookshelf is 5 shoes, someone else's might only be 2.5. Your feet are different sizes and your bookshelves are different sizes. But don't tell me that your family car is 2 shoes long. That's going to show me that you either are making your numbers up or that you measured incorrectly. How do you fill out your worksheet? Well, the worksheet you have is going to be blank. This is an example from mine. I'm going to fill in my 3 tools. So you'll see I filled in tool number 1 was the paper clip, tool number 2 was the shoe, and tool number 3 was my book. The first thing I measured was the side of my couch. That was the floor to like the top of the back of my couch. It took 48 paper clips, and that was placing my paper clip, putting my finger, moving the paper clip up, and counting. Make sure you keep track. It took 4.5 shoes. It's 1/2. You write 1/2 by writing 1, a slash, and a 2, or you can write the word a half. And it took me 3 books. All right? And I will do this for 10 different objects around my house. Don't forget to enter the password at the bottom of the page so you can get full credit for doing this. Oh, Starbucks, I miss you every day. Boys and girls, have a fantastic day. I cannot wait to see what you measure. All of the second grade teachers are so proud of the work you are doing, and we will see you back here again tomorrow.